Okay. Now, we are back again, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, the host of the world's most dangerous podcast. Yes, it is me, Stevie Ray, and we are back again to do an abbreviated show right here on a Tuesday night, and we call it Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. I know everybody had a great weekend because we had the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is over now. And I want to hear what everybody has to say. Hey, wait a minute, man. I'm getting a message. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. We'll keep trying to let you know if it's resolved. Please check Facebook to ensure the stream looks okay. Anybody out there that's watching on Facebook, man, holler at your boy. Let me know if it looks okay. But I got to keep the show going regardless. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. What's up, Cron? What's up, Matthew? I hope y'all seen the big game, dog. It didn't go like some people planned. Brother, that game was over before it ever got started. I haven't seen a defense play in a Super Bowl like that probably since the Pittsburgh Steelers played the Minnesota Vikings back in 1974. Well, the other team just couldn't get anything going. But hey, man, got the guys out there on Facebook watching right now. What's up, guys? Now, I got the Facebook going through the computer, and I also got it going on my phone. A lot of you guys that's looking on the phone won't be able to hear if I got any guests or not, or anything like that. But, it is what it is. DT, Bears and Patriots? Yeah, DT, Bears and Patriots. Yeah, that was a good one too. That was another outstanding defensive game. Yeah, I got to agree with you on that, DT. Yeah, it's been a few like that. Been a few. But you got to realize something though, DT. The Patriots back then with Grogan as the quarterback and Craig James at running back, Stanley Morgan at wide receiver, those guys wasn't nothing like the Kansas City Chiefs, dog. They wasn't nothing like the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming into that game, they were a wild card team. They wasn't the champions coming back in. You got to realize something. When I bring up the Minnesota Vikings had just went to the Super Bowl against the Miami Dolphins the year before. What's up, Real Cool? And the Minnesota Vikings was a dominant in the NFC back in those days. What's up, Queen? So that's why I put it in that context. They was coming in with a lot of firepower and got shut down. But I do understand what you're saying defensively. I'm just saying that game kind of went like all the other games that the Bears had played in the playoffs. It really wasn't no difference. But I don't disagree, though. From just a defensive prowess alone, I do not disagree. But DT, you know what I'm talking about. DT says Kansas City was supposed to be better. Kansas City was supposed to be a whole lot better. This Kansas City Chiefs we talking about, that won 2 Super Bowls in a row. Then you come in the game and look like, who's looked that bad? What team and what game to look? Even the Chicago Bears hasn't looked that bad in a game. If they did, I didn't see it. Who else? The Patriots. Hasn't looked that bad all year. I don't know if I ever seen a team this whole year look that bad for 3 quarters in a football game. Somebody out there tell me if you're doing that. Hey, Stevie, I have switched to YouTube. How are you, brother? I'm good, Dale. I'm good. Eagles and the Buccaneers. Who was that just talking about that? I'm just saying, man, I was like, not from a prominent offensive team. We've seen teams that been on the borderline and things like that come in and, you know what I'm saying, look kind of dumb and have a couple of bad drives or something like that. But at least they get something going. Maybe go down and get a field goal or something like that. Brother, these jokers didn't even get across the 50-yard line. You kidding me? What's up, J-Dog? What's up, DT? They didn't even get across Seattle and Denver. You got me there, DT. You got me there, DT. You knew something was wrong with that game as soon as they snapped the first hike. Remember that? And the ball went over Peyton Manning's head. You knew the fix was in on that one. I got to say, yeah, you got me on that one, DT. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Because remember that year? Peyton Manning threw for almost, I think he threw for 54, damn near 5,500 yards. Man had 55 touchdowns. They had set a record of scoring. 3 guys got 1,000-yard receiving, and they had 1,000-yard running back all on the same team. They got in the Super Bowl and looked like they forgot how to play football. DT, you got me on that one. God damn, I forgot about that. Wow. I forgot about that, DT. Man. But I'm sorry. Peyton Manning got rid of the ball, though. He didn't get sacked no 6 times. But as far as the defensive performance, DT, I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree with you. But good Lord, man. Every time Patrick Mahomes dropped back to pass the ball, it looked like 15 guys was on him. I was like, I'll have to give it to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. They prepared for that offense like nobody I've seen prepare for them all season long. Even teams that had Kansas City in a hole many times this year, because of their experience and because of their guile, they will do something to pull the game out, you know, at the end of the game. Crazy, man. Crazy. But hey, man, I was hoping we got a Super Bowl that we can enjoy and really come back today and talk about some things. Talk about what about the referees getting involved? What about all this cheating that's supposed to be going on, man? I made a post about that on our social media the other day. You know, it was crazy. This whole, man. Now, this is my question to you guys. Now, the halftime show, I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. I think Kendrick Lamar, for a hip-hop artist, did a pretty good job. But really and truly, I've grown up watching footballs, and I remember the halftime shows when they was out there throwing frisbees to dogs all the way up to when Michael Jackson took off on a jetpack, to Prince singing Purple Rain in the Ring, to Paul McCartney singing Live and Let Die with the whole audience. I've been through that whole gambit. I've seen it start from here and go to here. So that is why I say certain people are really not, because the bar has been raised in Super Bowl halftimes so high. It's just certain people, to me, that are not Super Bowl worthy. That does not mean they're not good artists. Like Maroon 5, man, you got to be joking. But I'll let them go. I let him go. And I think that Super Bowl that year was on NBC. So I think they were promoting him for that show, The Voice. You know how that stuff goes. Kendrick had just won some Grammys and stuff like that. So we know how that stuff goes. But I would like for you guys to tell me, what did you think about the halftime show? Because that halftime show was full of so many subliminal messages that it kind of threw me off. So I don't know what the NFL was, or did the subliminal messages get past the NFL? I don't know, man, but they didn't get past old Ray Dog. Y'all know that. Nothing gets past old Ray Dog, brother. I can figure it out. And yeah, I figured that one out. But I want to know what y'all think, man. You know, Rick Guerin, what's going on, brother? I want to know what y'all think. Seriously. Because other than that, if you were a Kansas City Chief fan, I really don't think you had a lot to even be excited about. You know, it was what it was, man. But hey, man, we have had so many great Super Bowls. Okay, there it goes. I'm trying to send. When is the last time we didn't have? When is the last time? Now we've talked about the defensive performances in the Super Bowl, but when is the last time we haven't had a competitive Super Bowl? Probably Tampa Bay and the Raiders. What was that, 2002? Well, you could just see one team was just clearly better than. That's been a long time, man. We didn't have some great Super Bowls since then. That's been a long time. And you remember that was because the coach from one team had went to the other team, and he knew all the plays from the guy who was running his old team, the Raiders. Remember that? Hold on a second, guys. So other than that, man, we didn't have a good, 20, 22, 23-year run of good Super Bowls? That's pretty good. But the one team that was looking to three-peat get blown out. They did an inverted version of the last team, or the first team that had a chance to win, that went to 3 Super Bowls, which was the Miami Dolphins. They went in 71, 72, and 73. But they got blown out in the first one, and then they won the second 2. Well, the Chiefs won 2, get ready to win a third one, and get trounced. What's up, Gregory? But hey, man, like I said, I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about the halftime show, because that seems like the talk of the whole world right now is the halftime show and not the game. But you know, it is what it is, man. Let me do something here. My boy Rick is trying to come on the show. Let me see if I can bring him in. My thing is tripping, Rick. I don't know. I try to bring you in, but my thing is tripping. It might bring you in, it might not. I'm not 100% sure. But hey, man, thanks, man. Who's that talking about my watch out there? Yeah, this is one of my dress watches, man. It costs a couple of bucks. That's only because my 2 watches that I wear on a daily basis, both of them have broken. The wristband, has broken, man. So I had to pick up one of my good watches off my dresser in my room. And this might have been the cheapest one, man, because y'all know how Ray Dog is. And I got four Pittsburgh Steelers watches, and I can't be wearing them, man. They might get hurt. Y'all know I can't do that, man. Not my Steelers watches, man. But I'm gonna have to get those fixed. And when I do, hey, I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are not watching the show on YouTube right now, if you want to see who our guest is today, we call him Tokyo Heat, not Harlem Heat. He's an honorary member. Tokyo Heat, Mr. Sonny Ono, has graced us with his presence. Sonny, what is going on, brother?
What's up, Ray Dog? Man, you should have been with me last couple weeks.
Huh?
You should have been with me last couple weeks.
Oh, man, I know you was out there doing your thing, man. How did that whole thing go anyway?
Was Jericho Cruz?
How'd the whole thing
3,000 fans. You would have went nuts. You would have beat somebody up and threw somebody overboard. No one knew. No one knew.
Yeah, the cat took.
What happened?
I talked with
somebody else out the boat.
Oh no, man! Maybe out the window, out the porthole.
Oh man, that's tough. At least I had a balcony. I mean, Chris does amazing job.
Yeah, I heard, man.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I talked with the cat. I talked with the cat, and I talked with Al Snow.
Yeah.
And now I'm talking with you. So yeah. I got an assessment from those two guys. Now I want to get an assessment from you.
No, I was lucky because I am the steward.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, Sonny.
Yeah.
Everybody out there that's watching the show on my phone and you can't see Sonny, go over to my YouTube station, Stevie Ray TV on YouTube, and you guys will be able to see everything on YouTube, and you won't miss what the great Sonny Ono is talking about. You really have to hear this. So, Sonny, go ahead and continue.
So, I was, listen, you know how the business is. You get a rub off somebody, right?
Right.
Like I get a rub off you right now.
Right.
Because Harlem Heat and Tokyo Heat. You know what I mean? I mean, if it wasn't for Harlem Heat, there would be no Tokyo Heat. So you know how the business works. So I was lucky enough to do my.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Sonny.
Right. That's your Uber Eats driver?
Nah, that sucker. I didn't give him the thing to come through the gate. Stevie Ray TV, what's going on? Who am I talking to?
You're talking to your boy out of Memphis, Tennessee, the biggest Tennessee Titans fan.
Wait a minute. I got to put this. I got to let everybody. Dale is on the line. Now, everybody out there that's been asking me about Dale and asking me when is Dale coming back on the show, and I keep telling everybody Dale's schedule is a little different now. He can't come on the show, but he is gracing the show by calling in today. Now, I got a lot of people that's got a lot of questions for you, Dale.
What's going on, everybody, man? How y'all been doing?
They're fine. I speak for them. Okay? Now, people been wanting to know. We've been talking about you, Dale. Dale, let me bring you up. Sonny, let me even bring you up to speed. Dale is the biggest Tennessee Titan fan. And for the last 2 years, 3 years, he's been, 4 years, he's been talking about the Tennessee Titans need to get rid of the quarterback. They did. They need to get rid of the coach. They did. They need to get rid of the offensive coordinator. They did. Need to get rid of the GM. They did. And they still in the shitter 4 years later. They got a new head coach. They got a new GM. They got a new offensive coordinator. And they got a new quarterback. So everything that Dale wished for, it was just like Fred Flintstone and Barney Rebel when they had Kazoo. You remember that? You remember that, Sonny? When the Flintstones had Kazoo and whenever they wished for something, Kazoo would give it to them. But at the end of the day, Kazoo would teach them a lesson. You remember that, Sonny?
Yep,
Well,
yep,
that's
yep.
what happened with Dale. He wished for everything, and the great Kazoo gave him everything he wanted. Now, Dale, I want you to tell the fans what happened.
Well, it's a lot happened during that time, man. By the way, hey, what's up, Sonny? I heard you mention Sonny, by the way, man.
You don't mean to mention Sonny. He's listening.
I've heard you mention him, man. Somebody on TV, man. It's good to hear from everybody, man. I just been very busy. Got this manager position, man, and everything too. So, man, it's been a minute. It's been real music with your boy Stevie. But yeah, man, doing all this time, it's been a roller coaster, dog.
Well, my thing is this. This is what everybody been asking me about. You got everything you wanted. You and Chris Newell. He's the worst. I can't wait to get back on him. Okay. Will Levis. When Will Levis was drafted, you said Will Levis was the answer. Now he's not. What's wrong? Now you want another quarterback. So you're telling me that a quarterback is going to solve all the problems of the Tennessee Titans? I said, you telling me that a quarterback is going to solve all the problems of the Tennessee Titans?
Well, in this draft, man, this draft that's coming up, he potentially can, but of course, I need to say Will Levis, I had a little faith in him, but man, when he went down, man, he just wasn't the guy,
Okay.
So.
Okay, Will Levis is not the guy. Yeah. Who is the guy?
You said who's the guy now,
who do you need? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I promise you, Mike Vrabel is going to turn the Patriots around. Should have never got rid of him. And I think Will Levis, if he played on a team with a better offensive coordinator, with some better players, I think he'd be okay. I'll tell you what, I will take Will Levis over Russell Wilson any day of the fucking week. I would take Will Levis over that fucking can't pull the trigger Russell Wilson any fucking day of the week. Seriously.
I'm asking about this, my guy, Stevie. What do you think about that, man? About Justin Fields is going to be a free agent and he's still with the Steelers.
What was that?
Is Justin Fields still with the Steelers? He's a free agent this year.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all of that. But the only thing I'm saying is they should have, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I honestly think as good as slow as they were developing Justin Fields, bringing him along slowly but surely, letting him get into the groove of being a quarterback on this team with a bunch of new people, a new system, new offense coordinator, new just everything around him new. Slowly but surely he goes into that. But no, Russell Wilson comes in, pulls a couple of passes out of his ass, and everybody talking about the Steelers can go to the Super Bowl. And I told people way back then, even them dummies on ESPN, this sucker ain't going nowhere. Because at the end of the season, when they have to play the real tough teams, just like Kurt Russell said on the movie The Thing, we got a storm blowing in here tomorrow. Then we're going to get to see who's who. You get to see who's who when you play the top teams. And we got to see who's who. He's garbage. I like him as a person, but as a quarterback, as a top guy, he's not that anymore.
Right. And that's how I feel about Levis, man.
But wait a minute, though. The real Levis is on a team that's not very good. Mason Rudolph looked like shit, too. Mason Rudolph took the Steelers to the playoffs last year.
Right. Absolutely.
What I'm saying is, look how Mason Rudolph played when he was on a decent team with decent structure.
Right.
Look how he played on your team.
Right. But that's what I want about Justin Fields, though, Stevie. About giving him that opportunity, man, because he's a good kid. He's a good quarterback, man. And I was wondering if they're going to, of course, keep him. I didn't know if his contract was up or was he going to, still be around with the Steelers next season.
I don't know. Yeah. I would love to see him stay there because I think potential. That's all.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be a smart move on Mike Tomlin. if they do that and keep Fields. I mean, he's still young. Of course, he's young, and I think that will be a good move for you guys.
Well, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, that's just my one man's opinion. That's my opinion. But the Steelers got to update their offensive line and a few other things, so on and so forth. And I think they can do that. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this as it pertains to the Tennessee Titans. You think if you get another quarterback, but you don't know who the quarterback is, that the rest of the team is going to be able to stop people from scoring, and you're going to get a running game again with the little running back you got from Dallas out of Memphis, and things are going to all be better. That's what you're saying.
Well, like I was saying on one of my posts, man, I know this year's draft, I think it's going to be a big turnaround for the Tennessee Titans with that number one pick in their hand. You know, it's going to definitely determine their future to me as far as the quarterback situation or which direction the team is going to go with them controlling their number one pick. If they're going to be crazy to trade, maybe for some younger, some different picks, you know how it goes in business of football, Steve. They may use the number one pick to trade it and build around some areas like offensive line, areas that can help, quarterback out, a career quarterback or whoever the next quarterback will be,
So I'm going to ask you again. If the Tennessee Titans get another quarterback, is that going to be the answer?
Well, and this draft potentially will. I believe it will. With a guy like a Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders, yeah.
So you're going to bet things on a rookie quarterback and a dreadful team?
Yeah, it happened for the Washington Commanders.
Wait a minute, brother. The Commanders got a new coach that's been to a Super Bowl, and they got an offensive coordinator that knows how to call plays and design plays for young people. And if you honestly think there's another quarterback in the continental United States of America that's as good as Jaden Daniels, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
You telling me it's another dude out there that's as good as Jaden Daniels that lives in the United States of America right now?
You got two of them in the draft.
Huh?
Two of them that's coming in the draft.
Okay, well, who is he?
There's no penalty against Lord.
I say it again. Who is it? Yeah, who is this quarterback that's going to make the defense play better? Who is this quarterback that's going to make the running game play better? Who is this quarterback that's going to make the coach play better and your offensive coordinator design better plays? Who is this guy? Who? Shadur Sanders.
Yeah.
Brother, okay. You really
Stevie Ray, man. Come on.
Really? Oh my God, bro. Shadur Sanders. Okay. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here first, man. If Shadur Sanders goes to the Tennessee Titans, they're going to, a rookie from Colorado, and he never had double-digit wins. Didn't even win the championship when he was playing junior league football at Tennessee State. But he's going to come into the pros and burn the field up and down like a Jaden Daniels, who is a prodigy. Jaden Daniels is a prodigy. That's why he won the Heisman Trophy. A prodigy. Y'all know what a prodigy is? That means he one of them jokers you don't see every day, brother. He's different. But you telling me that Shadur Sanders, okay, we're going to hold you to that, Dale. We're going to hold you to that. But I don't think Tennessee is going to, but I hope they draft him now. I hope they do. One quarterback, a rookie, because he said his analogy was, everyone, that because of the Washington Redskins, not Redskins, Commanders, because of how they played this year with a great coach and a great offensive coordinator that they can emulate the same exact thing if they get Shedeur Sanders. Brother, does that sound like football knowledge or wishful thinking? Which one? I done heard of fairy tales. Follow the yellow brick road. I've heard of all of it. You know what I'm saying? But a rookie quarterback is going to, because of what Jaden Daniels, a prodigy. So you saying Shedeur Sanders is a prodigy? No. A lot of people got potential. The word potential doesn't even mean the same context as a prodigy. You know that, right? Jaden Daniels is a prodigy. Nobody's ever seen anything like him as a rookie. Nobody. Name me one rookie quarterback has ever played like Jalen Daniels. But Shedeur Sanders is on his level. That's what you're telling us. No. That's a yes or no answer. You telling me Shedeur Sanders is on Jalen Daniels' level? Playing in the SEC and eating them guys up every day. Really? Okay. We got it here first, y'all. I don't even know what to say to that, bro. I swear to God. I don't even know what to say to that. If you think Shedeur Sanders is on the same level as a Jaden Daniels, you cannot possibly watch football, bro. You can't possibly. Jaden Daniels, Shedeur Sanders is not even on the same wavelength of a Jaden Daniels. Did you see what that dude did at LSU? And you compare Shedeur Sanders to that? What? Dog, everybody that come in the league got potential. Other than that, they wouldn't even be in there. Well, then why would you put that in the same context as a guy that's a prodigy? Potential to do what? And the team is not even very good. He can't run the ball. Jalen Daniels runs almost as good as Jackson. Say what? Shedeur Sanders can't run the ball? Oh man, I'm not talking about a broken play in college against teenagers. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna tell you right now, Shedeur Sanders ain't ready to start unless the other team has no other quarterback. Shedeur Sanders ain't ready to start in the NFL. I'm telling you that right now, and I'll put money on it. The only way he goes to a team and starts, the team does not have another quarterback. Brother, over the last 20 years, there have been about 60 quarterbacks drafted in the first round, 45 to 55 quarterbacks. And look how many of them panned out. Maybe 60. Look how many. So everybody got potential. The thing is, we as people forget about last year so fast. And we forget about the year before that, how many guys came out that year. And we forget about the year before that. But at the end of the day, how many of them really made it? Those are the percentages. Those are the percentages you got to go by. Not the new shit, the old shit. Get on your computer and go back and look at how many guys was drafted number one in the NFL in the last 20 years. And see how many of them made it. because they all had potential. Go back and look. And then go look at how many guys that wasn't number one draft choices ended up making it big, like a Will Levis. But anyway, man, I got to get back to the show, man. When you can come on, let me know. You too, dog. I'll talk to you later. I hope you guys heard that. Sonny, your deal keep going out.
No.
Did you hear that, Sonny?
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of wishful thinking there.
You call that wishful thinking?
Well,
I call that desperate thinking, almost like Desperate Housewives. That's desperate thinking. It can't be done with knowledge. Shakur Sanders can run the ball. You kidding me? This dude run like he got anvils on his ankles.
Well, listen, I have no idea. I don't have all the knowledge you have of football. You know, all I know is I lost money yesterday or Sunday. Was not
you lost
good.
money. You bet on the Chiefs?
Yeah.
So did I.
Chief made me some money. I mean, you know,
Okay.
what can I say? They keep pulling out of their ass and they keep making me money. So I said, yeah, one more time, right? But man,
You know,
I was so depressed by first quarter. I'm going, what's going on?
What about the second quarter? It wasn't no better.
I wanted to take a shot and go to sleep.
Oh my God. That was hard to watch. But I'm gonna tell you something. I like both teams. I'm gonna be honest with you, because you know Jalen is from Houston. So I'm always gonna be pulling for, and Mahomes is from Texas also.
Yeah.
So, but I betted a buddy of mine that we betted in 2 championship games. And I beat him both times.
Oh.
So I gave him a chance in the Super Bowl to go double or nothing.
No, yeah.
Either I'm gonna come out real big, okay? Oh. Either I'm coming out real big, or I'm coming out with nothing.
Yeah. Well.
So he said, yeah, double or nothing. So that's why he said, I'm taking the Eagles. I had to give him first dibs on the Eagles because he's behind. And I said, okay, I'll take Kansas City. Thinking Kansas City was gonna do what they do again.
Yeah, pull it out of their ass.
Yeah, man. Pull it out of their ass. Matter of fact, they didn't even get a chance to wipe their ass.
No. they even got to sit on the toilet. Never got there.
Never got there. Hey man, Abby just chimed in. What's up, Abby? Hey, I text Abby. Abby's kind of been under the weather. I texted him to see how he was doing. I didn't hear back from him, so I figured he was probably asleep with some Vicks, with some of that Vicks. I think he might have some of that Vicks rubbed on his chest, man. So hope he's doing better. Marco.
But let me finish telling, because I gotta run. I gotta start packing for my
okay.
I'm off to UK.
Where you going this time? Oh, y'all still got the thing to do with
the local wrestling was Muda and Tajiri.
Yeah. When is that? I'm
gonna be going against D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo?
Yeah, he's up there and he's gonna be managing the people, and I'm gonna be managing the Tajiri, and you know.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna be doing some having fun, and you know that's a big event. They got everybody there.
Right.
You know what it costs to get Sting and, you know, Flair?
Well, I didn't see all the people. The one I seen was, I didn't really make the picture big enough to see everybody that was on it. Who's all on it?
Well, you know, I mean, the big name, you know, you and I know the name that cost money to get him there. And they didn't spare much. These guys are for real. They do, you know, they asked me to try to get some names that is really difficult to get. And they offer some big money. You know.
Really?
6 figures.
Really?
6 figure for 2 days.
Really?
So, yeah.
And where's this going to be at?
It's in Manchester, UK.
Okay.
And we're doing a tryout there for pro wrestling Noah.
Noah, I just want to say Noah, yeah.
Yeah. So Nozawa, who's a booker, or has been a booker for Noah, he's going to be there with me, and we're
When are
doing
you
a tryout there
When are you leaving?
tomorrow.
Oh, you got to leave tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to pack. That's why I got to run.
Okay, then. Well, hey, man.
But
Just want to have you on for a minute to get that shout out there. Just for anybody in the UK that's watching, Sonny Ono is on his way. For anybody in the UK that's watching, Sonny is on his way.
Yeah, I'll be the short guy getting off the plane first because I'll be up in the first class.
You going out to California, connecting California, going on?
No.
Oh, no. You probably go up to New York. You probably go up to New York, right?
No, I'm flying direct from Dallas.
Oh, we got a direct flight
to London.
Oh, okay.
Then London taking a puddle jumper over to Manchester.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we should always go to New York for some reason when we went over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of flight out of New York. Then, check this out, Stevie Ray. I come home on Monday, and I come home on Monday. I get Tuesday at home to change my underwear, and I'm off to Qatar on Wednesday.
Now, what's in Qatar?
QPW wrestling event.
QPW?
Yes, Qatar Pro Wrestling event, and they, the money comes out of ground over there.
Yeah.
So they're bringing some people over, and they're bringing Jushin Thunder Liger that I'll be managing. That's what I was going to tell you before you had that phone call. Is that I've been lucky enough.
You should have told me. I would have left Dale off.
So I've been lucky enough to be able to manage, some of the great like Chono, Muda, and the Dragon, and all these guys. So whenever they want to get those guys and book them for FanFest, they call me. That's what happened to Jericho. Jericho called me and said, "Hey, we want to get Liger."
Okay.
Jericho and Liger goes way back to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, way back in Japan was Tenryu was so just like way back in the days, and it's a lost in communication thing. But I can call just like I could call you, instead of going through a company. And they've been looking to get Liger over on that boat, the Jericho cruise, for 6 months and couldn't get. Went through New Japan and couldn't get any straight answers. So I just called Liger and I said, "Hey, So
did you have fun on the cruise?
Oh, it was it was a great time.
It was only 4 days, right?
Yeah, 4 days. It's hard on some talent. Yeah, and I can see that but Ernest and I, you know how we are.
Right.
We can mingle with people and so we mingle with people. Some of the talent didn't want to do that, so they stayed in. There was an area just for talent,
Right.
For the
I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah. So, but
I probably would have done the same thing. No, I probably would have had fun. But I'm cruises, and then this cruise was out of Miami, so I got to fly halfway across the country just to get to Miami.
Come on, no, you in Houston. What do you mean?
That's halfway across the country.
No, it's only like 2 hours.
It's like, oh no, it's to Miami?
Yeah.
No, man, it's about 3 hours.
No, it's not. Come on.
Now. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I'm like 1,500 miles this way, 1,500 miles this way.
Come on,
I'm right in the middle.
Dallas, it was like 2 hour flight.
At least 2.5 from Dallas.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
You probably was drunk. You probably been drunken yourself up with some libation.
Right. I go to
and you probably
lounge. I get all the free liquor.
Oh no, I don't. You got to remember, I flew to Miami. I flew to Miami many times, and
you know what's
really 2.5 hours.
You know what's really cool though? Everybody brings their spouse.
Well, that's cool. On a cruise, that's cool.
They allow you to bring your spouse. So it's
so he paid for your wife also?
Yeah.
Or do that come out of your payoff?
They give you a flight allowance,
Okay.
for but you know how it is. We got miles and all kind of stuff,
Right,
so that's
exactly.
nothing. And but the cabin and all that is they take care of all that. But
I
what was
think
really cool, getting back to what I was going to tell you, so
yeah.
Liger and Scott Steiner was the honor, the thing. Those two
Okay.
were, they had a photo session and all that stuff,
Uh-huh.
and so, but they were up in what area on top of the boat called Heaven
Uh-huh. Right.
Suite, and I had access
The
to
good
it.
suite.
Yeah, the big suite. Yeah.
Right.
They have all balcony and all
Yeah, I want one of them
nightstand
suites.
with
Next,
all
if I go,
bars.
that's what I want. I want a
Yeah.
suite like I'm on the Love Boat.
Yeah. So, I was looking for Captain, what was his name? Whatever.
Stubings.
Stewing. Yeah. I was looking for every bald headed guy with a uniform on. I said, yep. I didn't see the brother. Remember the brother that was on the
Isaac,
mustache? Isaac, yes.
did you see him?
No, I didn't see him. There was mostly all the people, including the captain, they were all from Philippines.
Oh, that's right.
So I told Ernest, I said, hey, don't be causing any problem on this boat. They're all my people here. I said, you'll be having diarrhea and be in trouble.
Well, when I went to Japan, you know who got diarrhea?
Who?
Me.
Oh, I thought maybe you would say your
The
brother.
first, no, the first time I went.
Really?
No, because I didn't know what to eat.
See?
No, the Japanese food is too rich for me.
Really?
So I had to keep going to the back. You know what it was? When they give you those noodles
Yeah.
and it's got that broth in
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
that's what gets you. And the Japanese boys never told me until it was getting ready to leave and go back to the States. So the next time I came back, I'm ready. I didn't eat no noodles.
You just
I
went
only, huh?
you went to KFC.
No, I just ate meat.
Oh, okay.
Anything with meat, anything with broth, I didn't eat.
You
And
know
they
what?
give you these little pellets. You know those little pellets?
Yes.
You know those little Japanese pellets they tell you to take?
Yeah.
So no, dog. I was ready. Next time I went back, I was ready. You ain't
You
gonna
know,
fool me twice.
KFC in Japan, for whatever the reason,
Uh-huh.
it's related to Christmas.
Really?
So when Christmas comes, KFC goes berserk over there. You can't find chicken. It's crazy. Like everybody celebrate Christmas with KFC. I don't know what the deal is,
Huh.
but
I'm gonna
it's
tell you something
associated
though.
with that. Yeah.
The fast food restaurants,
Yeah.
because I've gone to fast food restaurants in many different countries,
Right.
and they're not the same.
No.
It's
No.
not the same chicken. It's not the same meat. It's
No.
not the same. Even a McDonald's, I don't care what it is.
McDonald's
It's
in
not
Japan, you can get instead of bun, you can get rice bun.
right.
What the hell? I think people go, "Do you like rice bun with that?" What?
Hey, we seen the McDonald's. I can't remember where we were. We saw a McDonald's, and brother, it's like seeing uh the Golden Gate Bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like
What you
McDonald's.
get?
Yeah.
Where'd you get food?
Oh man, Paul, I was like, I've never been so happy to see a McDonald's in my life.
When I fought for a U.S. team, went to Frankfurt,
Uh-huh.
right? And they, you know how the coaches were. They take us out in the woods, so we got
Right.
like nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Only thing we could eat was sausage and potatoes at a hotel,
Right.
or a trout, because it was on the river. So we
Hey,
ate trout.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so we ate mostly trout. But after 4 days of eating trout, it's pretty rough. So they say, hey, we're gonna go to a spa. Coach said, we're gonna take you guys to a spa. So great, I'm thinking about. And the spa over there is like a big swimming, the lazy river kind of
Right.
thing. And we get there, and what I did realize, Stevie Ray, was me and another guy my height, Keith Reabashi. So we go in, and I'm so excited because we go over there, and I look at the menu. We go in, look at the menu, and they got like hamburgers and hot dog and French fries. You know, we've been eating fish for the last 4 days.
Right.
Trout. So I'm looking at the menu, and I go, oh shit, they got French fries. I turn around and I'm pointing at the menu like this. I'm pointing at the menu, and I turn around, I go, Keith, and I still have my finger. And I poked this lady's boob because she was topless. And, you know, short as I am, I poked her right in the boob, and I go, oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Because those ladies they're topless.
Right. Well, you know, that whole country is free like that.
Yeah. So, then, you know, people get excited. We're young, and they say, hey, you go up the top. You know, you go up the top, and there's a nude bathing up there.
Right. So,
you know, because we're curious, so we go up there, and all we saw was a bunch of Wrigley all ladies and all men, and that was pretty disgusting.
Yeah, that actually happened to me in the Virgin Islands.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't point and touch and poke nobody or nothing like that, but they had a nude beach.
Yeah.
So me and my brother, like, oh, it's a nude beach over there. So we went down to it, man, and I'm like, okay, I think this is like 1992.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say 2 or 3.
Yeah, wasn't 3, had to be 2. Could have been 3. A lot of these years kind of come together. You know what I'm saying?
Just before you got to WCW.
About a year and a half.
Okay.
Maybe a year, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, this is the Virgin Islands, man. This is the islands. What a talent at, brother. I didn't see it. I'm like you. It was nothing but a bunch of bloated
old people.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Way too tanned.
So we went around, and guess who we hung out with?
Who?
On this little trip. This is the best experience of my life.
Oh, wow.
This is the best experience of my fucking life, dog. You got to realize I ain't really did nothing in pro wrestling yet.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm still a greenhorn. Like, I'm hanging out with the Iron Sheik.
Oh, no, really? Hey, brother.
Oh, my God, brother. Golly, man. Me and my brother, that's something we'll have to talk about for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
You could have did a movie. You ever seen those movies that everything happens in one day? You ever seen those kind of movies? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This could have been a movie, like a mini movie that we hung out with the Iron Sheik in one day. And brother, I could talk about this one day for I don't know how many shows. I know we ain't got time to do it tonight, but Sonny, I've never brought this up to you, man. I forgot about.
I know. Every time I talk to you, you remember something.
Yeah, because you brought up the new page there.
But my question.
So, and I'm like, what?
My question to you, Stevie Ray and Booker T, were you guys in your skibbies? Or
no.
did you have your trunks on?
I had shorts on. Though.
See,
I had shorts on.
I see you guys. If you guys knowing what I know, if you guys were walking on nude beach, I think you'd be attracting some talent.
Well, if it had been something up there, I sure would have got out of them, dog. Because I'm gonna tell you though. See, the Virgin Islands is split between Dutch.
Yeah.
And
English, right?
And well, it might be 3 because it was a Spanish-speaking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Dutch. Because all the hotels and everything.
Right.
Well, we were the Dutch people ran, you know what I'm saying, the hotels and stuff. And that's when I first started to learn about how many European countries was in the Caribbean.
They just divide that shit up.
I didn't realize so many, because that was my first time going to the Caribbean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So whenever I go somewhere, well, I'm just inquisitive like that. I want to find out more about it. So when I get home, I'll start looking up, hey, what all these white folks doing in the Virgin Islands? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
well,
all
Belgium,
the fucking hotels and stuff.
Little tiny country of Belgium.
Right. But see, I didn't know that at the time. Not in the Caribbean, but other than Great Britain. You know what I'm saying? I knew about Great Britain, but I didn't know other European countries had ties to the Virgin Islands and stuff like that.
Taking shit. You know, that Belgium because Belgium has got all that money from Africa.
Right. And like
so Dutch. South Africa. It's all Dutch.
Right. Right.
They just call themselves
like Avi just said, the only European country associated with Virgin Islands is Denmark.
That's Dutch, right?
They're all Nordic.
Yeah.
They're all Nordic. So
well,
yeah. So but everybody, they send those people over there to get training. They send them over there to get training in the hotels and stuff. And then after they do, it's kind of like a tour of duty. Then after you do your tour of duty, because we had met some Dutch girls. I didn't want to meet the Dutch guys.
No.
I only want to meet the Dutch girls.
Dutch girls are tall, blonde.
Not these. These wasn't. No.
When I went to South Africa, man, the shortest girls, we went to a club and short, that was 19.
But these are girls that's working in the hotels and stuff. They're just regular girls.
Okay.
Yeah. They're not like when you guys was on tour and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were all 6 foot.
Right.
With heat.
But no, I'm not saying these girls were short, but they wasn't tall. You know what I'm saying? They were regular height.
Yeah, when I went to South Africa, all the girls were like 6 foot, and they put a heel on. Damn. I was nose to nose.
Yeah, brother, but that's what you like, man.
I know it.
That's what you like. You can't help yourself.
That's when you're happy when you're 5'4". Your face is right in it. I'm gonna
tell you.
Excuse
that
me.
Whole tour.
Like slow dance.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you about this. We came from Japan.
Yeah.
This is the trip I told you about in Japan.
Yeah.
We came home for kind of like what you're getting ready to do right now. We came home for a few days.
Yeah.
And then had to fly to the, Virgin Islands to do a tour. Yeah. Do a tour, like a 3-day tour.
Right.
3 or 4 days. I think it was 4 days. That Jeep Swenson had put together.
Oh, really?
Do you remember Jeep?
Yeah.
You remember Jeep? He played Bane in the Batman movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Jeep put this tour together with Iron Sheik, my brother and I, Kevin Von Erich.
Oh, I just saw Kevin.
Was Kevin at the last deal? Because he lives in Hawaii now.
One of the AEW deals over here when they were here in Texas, right outside that. Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They come over here. Yeah. AEW going to be doing a lot of stuff in Texas.
Okay. So they were just here. They were just here.
Yeah, but they're going to do some.
They were just here down in Rosenberg this past Saturday. Right.
But they're doing
and I forgot I was doing shit all day, and you know how something in your mind, and I forgot. And by the time I realized, I'm like, goddamn AEW here. It was already almost 8 o'clock. I was like, man, I wanted to go down there, but I forgot, man.
Yeah.
I was just telling Kat about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's okay. I'll catch him on the next go round. Oh, it really pissed me off because what they usually come is to the University of Houston.
Okay.
The college. And they do the show where they play the basketball games at. But this time they went to Rosenberg, and Rosenberg just built a new building out there.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like a building where you do concerts and stuff. And Rosenberg is about it's a few miles down the highway going south, going toward Victoria.
Okay.
But it's not far, but it's outside the city. And matter of fact, I've been to the building before. Because
really?
you know when something's new, how they got stuff planted outside. You can see the stuff is not, and you can see how the all the tarp and everything, the black top and stuff, got no. You can tell no cars have been on this stuff.
Right.
Then when I went in the building, some of the stuff, like for the wires and stuff, and you can see the openings where the wiring and stuff still got to get finished and stuff like that. Well, my buddy is one of the security guys for Kane Brown. You ever heard of him? Big country western star.
Okay.
And he's a black guy.
That can't be right.
And he got all the big long buses and stuff outside. Well, my buddy and Kane Brown, they rented the place for a week to rehearse his concert that was coming up.
Wow.
So, and my buddy called me when he got in town and said, "Hey, man, I'm over here." I'm like, I ain't never heard of no place like that down there. And he's like, it's a new place in Rosenberg. So I went down. I was like, wow, I've never seen this before because I passed that area 50,000 times.
Really
nice. Huh? Yes. Nice. And they got the whole setup with the lights and the music and everything set up because they're rehearsing. And they rehearse twice a day, getting ready for the concert tour.
Wow.
So that's what all the buses and stuff was, because that takes all the equipment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and getting to meet him was pretty cool, too.
You know, AEW is coming to Dallas for like 2 weeks. They're going to do all kind of show here.
For 2 weeks?
Yeah, they're going to do their big show. Yeah, they're doing like 4 different shows in 2 weeks. They're going to be here like a whole. It's in July.
Okay. Well, I'll try to plan on coming down.
Yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah.
If they don't come to Houston before that.
Right. Well, you can stay at my place. I don't know if you can fit in my little bitty bed.
Look, man, I appreciate it. You inviting me over, but I got family in Dallas. Okay. How many times I got to tell you that?
You have a family in Dallas with me. I'm just saying.
I'm coming over to visit. Yeah. But I don't want to be sleeping in your house with all your dogs running around keeping me up, man. I got to get some sleep.
It's all right. There's a little shack out there.
No, man, I know your dogs is just like when I had dogs. Wherever I was, that's where they wanted to be.
I know.
I miss my dogs and my cat. And I would fix my little Pekingese. I would fix him a little pallet at the end of my bed so he can lay there. And guess what?
He's on your bed.
No, my Siamese cat will come take it. My Siamese cat will come lay down there and just dare anybody to and both my dogs would be like, nah, we're not gonna make with her. Because that Fifi was something else, man. I miss her, man. She did not take no stuff.
I'm gonna have to pack my bag.
Okay, man.
I have to, You anything else you want me to bring back from UK? A tea, a warm.
Now, speaking of stuff, I'm gonna hit you up after we get off today.
Yeah.
And ask you a question.
Okay. You can't ask me on here.
If I could ask you on here, I'll be asking you already. Don't be like Dale. Don't be like Dale.
All right. Well, you have my number. You can call me anytime.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you in between your t-shirts and your underwear. Okay.
There's not
much as you're packing.
There's not much space.
Wait a minute. Kron just said AEW is a sinking ship. Why do people say that?
Listen, it may be so, and but here's my take on it.
Okay.
I want them to succeed and continue. Tony Khan is spending his own money, paying all these talent, which I'm grateful for.
Okay.
Listen. You can say, it ain't your money, so shut the fuck up, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
He wants to pay the Japanese guys all that money or pay Mercedes Monet all that money. It's good for the business. You may not like their product, right? But it's good for the business. Boys have a place to go. They're making wonderful living, you know. And Cody Rhodes got to go there to go to go to WWE and Penta just went over there, blowing up over there. It's
Right.
all good stuff, man. End of the
Oh.
day, it's good for the business.
Yeah, but a lot of people from the fans' perspective, they don't understand that. A lot of people from the fans' perspective, for some reason or another, always pit one against the other.
Yeah,
From
it's
a
just
fan,
silly.
from a fan's perspective, you being in the business, me being in the business, we know there's always a bigger picture
Yeah.
when it comes to the economics
Best
of
thing ever happened when
the
WCW challenged WWE when we were
right,
there. It was great for the
right.
talent. Talent had a place to
But
go, more money, rating was up. Whether it
well,
was
the thing is, you can get a job and take care of your family. But like I say, fans don't look at things the way we
yeah,
do.
and that
And I'm
perspective,
not saying
correct.
that's unfortunate or this, that, and the other. It's just like, and I'll let you go after we finish with this. It's
Yeah.
just like in the book that I'm writing right now. I give some dialogue on the fact of people that can remember when Dr. David Schultz
Hmm.
slapped John Stossel.
Yes.
I mean, that is something that will live. That is a video that would live in infamy.
Yeah,
But
Phil
this is
Field.
but this is the bigger picture. And it goes back to what you and I were just talking about, how you just brought this up in my head again. Instead of John Stossel and ABC trying to understand what professional wrestling is, which is no different than the business of journalism and news in the same genre that they're in, just done in a different way. So, what gives you the right to come down and try to expose my business and hurt us? Because that was just one thing. They had did other little exposés before that. Okay? A lot of
Yeah.
people don't remember this. I still remember it like it was yesterday. So, what gives you the right to come down and try to expose my business that keeps my people eating, that's behind the scenes, that keeps my people eating that are in the ring, that keeps me making millions because I'm on top of this. I invented this. This is the American way. That if you find out that you got something, you can sell this product to the people and become very, very successful, which is a teaching and learning point for people that are young that want to start their own business and go forward, which is nothing wrong with that. Is what they teach you. That's what they're supposed to teach you, but they don't teach you that. So be that as it may, I got people working. I got people I'm paying college funds. I'm paying insurance. I'm paying this for people have their own insurance, buy a house, buy a car, put their
Mortgage.
kids through college, so on and so forth. So what gives you, John Stossel, the right, just because you kissing your boss's ass, to come down and try to expose my business and shut me down and try to do it in a political type way? Yes, he got what he fucking deserved. And
Yeah,
anybody else that doesn't look at the American way like that, you can go suck it too. That's how I feel about it.
yeah, and I agree with 100%. And it's like I want to go. I go see a magic show. I pay my money to go
That's
see a
right.
magic
You have a
show,
right to do that.
and I want that magician, knowing that people can't float, or knowing that you know people can't disappear or get cut in half or whatever it may be,
Right.
a card trick. I'm going there to be able to go, man, that is amazing, because it tricks your mind, right? I mean,
Right.
that can't be possible. He can't float, but here I'm seeing it.
But
So,
can he?
you know, and the last thing I want to know is some guy next to me telling me how's he doing it.
Right. Exactly. So, but I'm just saying, but that guy just telling you something out of mere necessity. What I'm saying is ABC
Yeah,
is one of the biggest entities in the world as far as media is concerned. You
yeah,
have no right, no right And John Stossel like a pet. You know, when they do stuff, they get patted on the head like your little pooch. You know what I'm saying? Look what I did, blah, blah, blah. But not knowing, not seeing the picture that these are just honest, good men trying to make a living. Who are you to try to expose a business that you're not even privy to? That's wrong.
Yeah.
So he lucky it wasn't me. He lucky it wasn't me. I would have threw his ass out the window like Jim Brown. That's what I would have did. And let everybody see it. Can you take a bump? Let me teach you how to take a bump. That's what I would have did.
But I got to run.
But anyway, Sonny. Okay, buddy. All right, Sonny. We'll talk to you later, man.
I'll send some pictures.
All right, dog.
I'll send you some picture from the boat. Now I'm going to send you some picture from overseas.
Okay.
No, but like I said,
okay.
Call me later. Let me know what you need or your question.
I'll be down with it, brother.
All right. I'll chat. Let me know if
you want to bring back I will do.
Biscuit.
All right, peace.
All right. Take care.
I don't want you to bring back nothing, man. Just go over there and do your job and get your ass back here safe. All right?
All right. I'll see
you. Hey, guys. Another good show with Sonny, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Wait a minute. I see Avi saying something. Economics was a narrow street back then, big bro. You know what, Avi? I really don't care. I'm just saying. Wrestling is no different than anything else. Just like Sonny just brought up. You don't see nobody trying to go behind doing an expose with David Copperfield and trying to find out how he made a whole building disappear. You don't see that. Now, Cron say call Dale back. I couldn't really understand Dale. He was on a bad connection, man. We'll get him on the show next time and talk to him. But anybody, like I said, going back to what Dale said, anybody that thinks Shedeur Sanders, I'm just being honest. If you think Shedeur Sanders is going to come into an NFL team and turn it around, I think Shedeur Sanders is a very good pocket quarterback. But he's no Jalen Daniels, bro. Come on, bro. He's no Jalen Daniels. Jalen Daniels is a prodigy, bro. Man, I done seen some good rookies before, but rookies that play like they've been in the league 10 years and take his team to the NFC Championship game? Good Lord, have mercy, Jesus Christ, man. That was something, brother. What I'm going to say is this. Man, when you see greatness, take it in. Take it in. And relish it. Like I said, we done seen a lot of good rookies. Good ones. I can name a whole bunch of them. Ben Roethlisberger took the Steelers to the AFC Championship game. Remember when Matt Ryan came in? Remember when Joe Flacco came in? These guys were good, man. They went to playoffs. These guys were good. Hell, John Elway was a good rookie. You know, hell, the list goes on and on. But I ain't never seen a rookie like that plays like a veteran. Not at this day and age. It's just hard to do, man. Wait a minute. Who is that? Who's that talking? Who's that talking about Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan? Matt Classic is asking that question, and I don't know why. Were you talking with somebody, Matt? Were you talking with somebody about Magic and Michael Jordan? Alpha said Titans are going to draft Cam Ward if they're smart. He's going to be a special. I think you might be right, man. And I think Shedeur wants to go to the Raiders. I think Shedeur wants to go to the Raiders because Tom Brady got stake in the Raiders now. Who's the best between Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan? As far as point guard goes, Magic Johnson. As far as overall, just physical talent, Michael Jordan. But I don't think either one of them is as good as LeBron James. As a matter of fact, I go on record as saying this, and I've been watching sports my whole life. And I don't need the media and everybody else to tell me what I can decipher for myself, like most people do. They listening to these dudes on television arguing about this bullshit, and people bringing up shit on social media. Oh, look at this and look at that. He did this and he did that. This is the thing when it comes to professional sports. It's no right way. Well, let me put it like this. There's no one way to be great. And that's what so many people look at, that another great person or a great player has to emulate what somebody else has done to be better than them. That is the furthest thing from the truth. Because for every great athlete, one does something particular better than the one before him. So when people talk about Michael Jordan, they always put up, well, he won 6 championships. When did a team sport turn into a badminton? When did a team sport turn into golf? When did a team sport turn into the 100-meter dash? Because in every person that played a team sport, you're only as good being successful. Just because you can put up numbers, that don't mean you are successful. Success is championships. And just because a person got 6 championships and another person got 4, that don't mean you better than me. That means your team at the time that your team was very good. But how do things 20 years later become easier than they were 20 years before? That's impossible in any sport. That's impossible. But most people don't look at the logistics. They look at what the media tells you to look at. But see, I ain't built like that. Because see, I came through the American educational system, and I knows what it does to the human mind. It teaches you to follow. And anybody that knows me, I don't follow shit. I refuse to follow. You know what I do? I go out and do my own research. And I can talk to people that's in. One advantage I got over a lot of other people, I can talk to people that's in the know, that was there, and that knows how these things work. That's what an advantage I got over a lot of other people. It's just like, let's take a person like my man Marco just said. You take a person like Tom Brady, and you put him back in 1981 when Joe Montana won his first Super Bowl. Do you honestly believe Tom Brady would have even lasted that whole season the way they did quarterbacks back in those days? Anybody remember when Leonard Marshall hit Joe Montana so hard the guy had to go to the hospital? If you do that to a person these days, you're kicked out of the league or you're blackballed. That's why I say, just because you did a lot, and we have to always remember how rules change. Could I have played under your rules? Could you have played under my rules at the same position? How good would you have been? Well, offensive coordinators wasn't drawing up all this trick stuff and, pick plays and stuff like that. They wasn't doing that back in those days. Now you can do that and get away with it. It is so many different factors you have to put into play to make these kind of comparisons. And that's why I say LeBron James is the best basketball player I've ever seen. Michael Jordan might have been the best dynamic on an individual basis. But from every single solitary optic of that game that we call basketball, I don't think, as a matter of fact, I will put LeBron James up there with people like Jim Thorpe. This might be the best athlete I've ever seen. Because if anybody knows anything about physical fitness and being an athlete, it's myself. And there is no way that I've ever seen that an individual that plays a sport like basketball and your body does not break down. I've never seen this, because just running up and down the floor makes your knees bad, makes your hips bad. Your shoulders start to deteriorate. Your back starts to deteriorate. Most people just look at shit and think that shit happens by accident. And you can have all the money in the world and pay all these different people to train you and all that. They cannot stop what happens to 99% of every single solitary athlete that plays professional sports. It just don't work like that. You guys can go look this up. There was a TV show years ago in the early 70s called The Immortal. You know what it was about? It was about a man that had a certain kind of blood that no other man had on this earth, and it made him immortal. I think the star of that show was named Christopher George. I think the show only stayed on a year, but everybody wanted his blood. So more rules changes is more harder than they go. And I disagree with that, Omega. I disagree with that. Because when I hear people saying stuff like, if Michael Jordan played today, he would average 40 points a game, which means you are saying that the evolution of basketball has gone backwards. The evolution of the individuals have gone forward. That means the game goes forward. Nothing on this earth goes backwards. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. The only sport where things go backwards is basketball, because they want you to believe that no one could possibly be better than Michael Jordan. It is a Nike campaign. I get it. See, I'm not dumb. I'm not like the rest of the world out there. I see what's going on. You see all this new Jordan stuff come out and this jump man come out. How do you think you're going to sell that if you say somebody else is better or could possibly be better? But in any other sport, anybody remember Sandy Koufax? Remember how good he was? Bob Gibson. Remember how good he was? These were baseball players. Y'all remember how good they were? But nobody could ever be better than them, right? Brother, the human body, the human beings, period. We're weaker in some ways, but we're better in other ways also. So, there were no 6'9", 260-pound men with 5% body fat playing in the 80s and 90s that could move like a man half his size. There was nobody like that. Then I hear these people say, oh, man, he wouldn't have made it back then because, they play so hard and this, that, and the other. Brother, do you know how much intelligence you have to do a hard foul or check somebody? How much intelligence do you have to do that? None. But how much intelligence do you have to survive in a game today where everybody can shoot the ball from half court and make it? When I was a kid, only 2 people could do that. Only 2 people could shoot the ball from half court and make it most of the time. Curly Neal and Mellock Lemon. who played for the Harlem Globetrotters. If you go back and look at some of those old tapes, everybody was under the goal. Why? Because that's where the ball was. Under the goal. Now you got to defend the ball that's getting thrown around like the Harlem Globetrotters. And then people say, oh, they don't play defense no more. How can you? Everybody not under the goal. But, man, we could talk about this till the cows come home, and I'm not going to do that. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. With all due respect, I honestly believe LeBron James might be the most amazing athletes, and I've seen them all since I was a little bitty boy to today. And I'm a real sports guy, and I know what I'm watching because I've met so many and had conversations with so many. So I'm not the guy looking at a social media page and making an assessment from somebody else's analogy. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that has been there, done that, talked about it, and I know the questions to ask. Just saying. I ain't patting myself on the back. Just saying. I know how to look at things a little bit better. I believe Bron would have did good back then. But, man, guys like Charles Oakley would have roughed him up. Marco, you out of your ever-loving, psychotic, eclectic mind. LeBron James was an all-American football player. What some skinny-ass basketball player is going to do to the number one wide receiver / tight end when he was 17 years old in the whole state of Ohio, which is a football state. What is some skinny-ass basketball player going to do to me? Because the way football players train, they're playing leverage, movement. That's why you pushed, by him being a tight end, you got to fucking get out there with the lineman and push the big sled. Then you got to go run pass routes and this, that, and the other where you get hit and stuff like that. What is some skinny-ass basketball player going to do to me, bro? See, them guys look big to you because you look at them on TV. If LeBron James stood up beside Charles Oakley, he looked like a fucking boy. Nothing against Oakley. He would look like a fucking kid. You got to be kidding me. I just got through chronicling that people think these guys were fucking tough because everybody was fighting and doing all the hard fouls and all that shit. It don't take a genius to do that. Any fucking idiot can do that shit. That don't make you good. It don't make you tough. Brother, you saying Charles Oakley could have covered LeBron James? Brandon? How? He ain't fast enough. Oakley was good in an era where everybody was under the goal. Well, I can see right now you guys don't even listen. You don't even understand what I'm talking about, and that's cool. You don't even get the game of basketball and how it's changed, and that's cool. Who was that talking about Calvin Johnson? Hell yeah. Man run 4'3" and 6'5", 230-something pounds? You kidding me? That's why you had to cover him with 2 or 3 people. But no, we ain't gonna talk about football. We ain't gonna talk about football. What I'm saying is anybody that thinks somebody from the past, Charles Oakley wouldn't even make a team if he played today. He wouldn't even be able to make the team. He can't shoot. Everybody today got to be able to shoot the fucking ball. Now, Brandon is describing Charles Oakley, what, 225, 230? And walk around like he got cement bricks on his legs? Really, bro? Really? I heard them say that same thing about, who was that? Dennis Rodman. Could have locked LeBron. Nobody could lock LeBron James. Nobody. Nobody ain't been able to do it. Nobody. And these guys are way more athletic today. Way more athletic. Everybody in the league Okay, Matthew said Oakley was 6'8", 245. LeBron James was that when he was 17 years old. 6'7", 236. At 17. A kid, a child. Rodman would have gave LeBron. Oh, my God. What that little skinny punk? Oh, my God. You kidding me? Rodman is a hell of an athlete. He would have been under the goal by himself. Nobody's ever been able to keep LeBron from going to the goal. Nobody. But these skinny ass guys that walk around like they got cement on their feet, brother, come on. Keep believing that. That goes to show you my theory is right. That goes to show you guys know nothing. They couldn't even stop the guys back in them days. They couldn't even stop the guys back in them days. They could foul them hard. That's about it. I've seen this man in person live, and I still couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I've been going to basketball games since I was a kid in the 70s. I never seen nothing like what I saw. I've seen the Jordans live. I've seen the Magics live. I never seen a man that big could move like that. I never seen that. It was the most amazing thing, and I'm not amazed by much because I done seen a lot. I done been to the Super Bowl. I done been to the Daytona 500. I done been to UFC heavyweight fights. I done been to the heavyweight fights in boxing for the championships. I done been to every kind of live event I've ever seen in my life. This wasn't even championship. This was just regular game. I've seen it all. You name it, I done seen it. Live. And I'm not impressed by much. This was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've told a lot of people that. Unbelievable. Calvin Johnson is like a heavier Usain Bolt. What you mean, Stevie? Pop figures him out. No superstar gonna completely held down. Are you talking about Popovich? That's true, Omega. But like I say, everybody can have a good day with you, but the guy is and you're right, Omega, but the guy has a IQ, got to be at least 160 and up. And the guy got a photographic memory. A lot of people don't know this about LeBron James. He's got a photographic memory. If you run it, he's going to remember it. You know why? People that's got photographic memories, the picture's still in their head, even if they've forgotten about it. Even if they've forgotten about it. And I bet a lot of you guys didn't know this shit either. LeBron James is a natural left-handed human being. He's naturally left-handed. But he taught himself how to shoot a basketball with his right hand. And anybody that thinks a football player is going to let some skinny ass basketball player that don't know nothing about contact, nothing, out muscle me? On what day does a basketball player out muscle a football player? I'm All-American in 2 sports in the state of Ohio, and I'm the best at both of them. Please, somebody tell me that. That's unheard of. A football player. I played football. And I'm going to tell you right now, I will break a basketball player's sternum if he get in front of me. I will break his fucking sternum. Because they ain't built for this kind of contact. Their bodies are not built for this kind of contact. Maybe if you Quinn Buckner, if anybody remembers him, he was All-American in football and basketball. Or your boy that just got in the Hall of Fame that played for the Chargers, the tight end, I can't remember his name. He was a fucking All-American football and basketball player. It's only a few, but look at their bodies. My boy just said Dennis Rodman was huge, 6'7", 220. Antonio Gates, that's what I'm talking about, Brandon. You kidding me, man? 6'7", 220. Maurice Stokes, I forgot about him, Aubrey. I'm just saying, though. People don't realize the difference between basketball physicality and football physicality. It is totally different. Totally. That's why when basketball players get checked hard, they want to fight. Football player get checked hard, he don't do nothing but get up and dust it off and say, let's go again. Because he's used to contact.
Power off.
It is what it is, guys. But hey, man, I got to get ready and get out of here. But like I said before, I'll go on record and I'll say this to the day I die. I think LeBron James might be the most amazing athlete to ever walk, especially in the Western Hemisphere. Because it is no way a human being can play at this level for so long and his body doesn't break down. And people can talk about, oh, he trains all the time or he takes drugs. Bruh, if you know anything about the human body, this goes against, especially in a sport like basketball, that you got all these games, all this travel, and you running all the time. Well, Rice Snapper just said genetics. Well, if it's just a genetic thing, which I will agree, go get on your computer and I want you to look up how in the last 55 years, how many people have played for 20 years and they've not lost but a barely step. How many people? Since it's just genetics. Because we not bring that up is because if it's just genetics, why is only one guy who's been able to do this? Why just one guy? And like you said, Matthew, and still have the mental capacity to want to get better. Seriously. But Bron done lost so many fighters. I just don't believe he would want as much back then. Well, like I say, Marco, you looking at basketball like they playing table tennis. How many, go back to the, since you guys don't know anything about history, until you know something about history, you can't keep up with me. Because see, I lived through this shit and I watched it. Look how many good teams we got in the league right now. Look how many good teams. And then go back to the early 90s and go back to the 80s and look how many good teams you had in the league back then. Those guys were even complaining about expansion teams. That's where you guys don't get it, Marco. Football was the same way. You look at the football finals this year, how many teams went? 16? All of them had good quarterbacks except for one, and that was the Pittsburgh Steelers. All of them. Now go back to the 80s and 90s and 2000 and see how many good quarterbacks you had in the league at that time. What I'm saying is the competition, everything that trumps, everything you just said, Marco, the competition is higher. The competition is higher. You got more. They didn't even play 7 games every round back then. Do you guys know that, Marco? The first series were 3 games. The next series was 5. The last 2 were 7. That didn't change till years later. And that is what I'm talking about, the breakdown of the human body. After everything these got to do, they got to play 82 games, then play 4 7-game series, and you talking about the finals. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Y'all got to be kidding me, bro. Well, you don't know nothing about history. Look how many great teams. Why do you think the same teams went to the finals all the time? Why? For 11, 12 years straight, it was the same teams in the finals all the time. Why do you think that is? Golly, man. I'm through. I mean, this shit is getting better by the moment. I swear to God.
Power on.
Going to the finals.
Bluetooth.
The man that win the 10 finals in the modern era. 10. Straight shooting Steve Ray. Holla at your boy.
Mr. Stevie, they kicked our ass. They kicked our ass on Sunday.
Yeah, man. That's how the old mop flops.
Hey, they did us bad. It don't feel good when, what they say, when the rabbit has a gun. Ain't that what they say? Don't feel good. You know what was wrong?
What?
I'll tell you what's wrong. First thing, let me get my set going.
Okay.
Had Joe Tootie playing out of position all year. It was a Band-Aid fix for a surgery problem.
Oh, okay.
And when you ran up against a team that was as dominant as the Eagles, they weren't taking anything less than the best.
I can hear that.
Backup left guard they had in there got toe up. The right tackle that jump off sides every other play got toe up.
Right.
He gets $20 million a year. They could have cut that in half and signed a left tackle.
Well, that's the thing, though. At the end of the day, people can say that this is just one game. Those guys have been playing pretty good all season. What they ran up against was a defense that was put together by a defensive genius. Okay? That guy's a defensive genius. He's been in the league for 40 years doing this.
Yeah.
And what he did was put together a defense, whereas Sweat was going to go wide, hard as he could. And you will watch the two interior linemen stunt, which made Patrick Mahomes think for 1 second. And by the time that 1 second was over, they was on his ass.
They was on him. They was on him.
And you've seen nobody do that to them all season.
All season.
You didn't see nobody do it. But if you was watching the game, you would see, and then right when they're about to figure it out, they will put Sweat on the other side.
Yep.
And then that tackle, the right tackle is like, oh shit, now I gotta fucking deal with him.
Now I get to deal with him.
And then they would take two of the interior defensive linemen and then let them sit down and bring in two fresh ones.
Yep.
So that game was won in the trenches, because I don't care who you are and I don't care what your name is.
You're not winning.
If you do not have time to throw the ball, or if you're thinking and the play has been taken just one step off, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got no rhythm.
Yeah.
They never let Patrick Mahomes get a rhythm. Never.
That was it. That was it.
And it was genius to watch.
Yeah.
It was genius to watch. I mean, a lot of people get up. You get up in the morning, you see these guys talking about how bad Patrick Mahomes played. I was looking at that this morning. He played this bad. He played that bad. Brother, I don't give a damn. You can take the top 10 quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yeah.
They all would have got. Isn't that the same thing that Seattle did to Peyton Manning in 2013?
Peyton Manning. Same exact thing.
Wasn't that the same thing? Remember that?
Yeah.
Have we ever seen anybody do that to Peyton Manning?
No.
Now, we've seen the Patriots beat them a lot of times, but it's usually because they had to play in New England on the bad surface.
Yeah.
But you remember when he finally got when Peyton finally got New England in his house, what happened?
He won.
Yes.
He won, yeah.
But I'm just saying, the last time we seen somebody just make a quarter, and I ain't talking about a good quarterback. We're talking about a great quarterback.
Great, all-time quarterback.
That looked like
the Drizzling.
I mean, brother.
I'm cursing in 2025. That's my New Year's resolution. I was looking at this game by halftime. The second interception, I was like, oh yeah, this game's over.
And look at why he threw that second one. You remember the guy pushed the lineman into him?
Pushed the lineman into him. Yeah, he couldn't get any.
It threw the trajectory off because when he pushed his side in, his hand went down, which made the pass short.
Yeah.
Because you remember, I was like, because you remember the guy had to kind of like dive to get it.
Yeah. Yep.
But the kid was open. The guy he was throwing to was open.
Yeah. And then there was one later that half, before the end of the half, where DeAndre Hopkins tripped over his own foot. Yeah, I was just like, hey, Mr. B.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins tripped over his own foot. I think somebody yelled and said, don't forget about the point spread.
Don't forget about the point spread.
Somebody might have yelled us out. Don't do it, the point spread. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, I was like, that was the time. But yeah, so like you said, they have been doing well the whole year, but it's gonna be a lot of things that have to change in Kansas City because there's a lot of free agents this year. A lot, like especially that you had to pull everything in your tank out against Buffalo.
Yeah. Yep.
I just don't think they had nothing left.
And here's the thing, Mr. Steve, this is what a lot of people don't realize. Since Patrick Mahomes has been quarterback in the NFL, they played 19 more games than every other team.
That's true.
19 games.
That's true.
Entire season, plus 2 worth of NFL games. And this is the top of the top. It ain't like you're playing against the Raiders every week.
Yeah.
Top of the top. These are playoff teams you play that they giving they all. So,
right.
That 18th game against Buffalo, they had nothing by the 19th. So,
like I said, that Buffalo game was such a high impact game, man.
All of them are, yeah.
That was a high impact game on both ends.
Power off.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying,
power on.
If you look at how
Bluetooth connected,
the Eagles got so many breaks with Washington because of the turnovers.
Right.
That put Washington in the big hole. So, and Washington don't have just that big defense, like Kansas City. If you really think about it, Kansas City defense didn't really play that bad. They were just tired as fuck.
Yeah,
they never got a break.
I also realized.
Huh?
We were down 10-0, and then it was a pick 6.
Right.
The defense had held up. If it was just based on the defense, it would have been a 10-0 game going into half.
Right.
The pick 6 is what threw everything out of whack. So,
Yeah, but you got to remember, the other interception resulted in a touchdown also.
Right, exactly.
That's 14 points.
That's 14 points. You can't give up.
Not against that team, and you're not playing very well. Who knows if they had connected a couple of times with those drives? You know what I'm saying? We could have had a different game or either a closer game. I ain't gonna say they would have won, but just something to figure out. But every time you do something that they lost momentum, they never could get momentum, but the interceptions made things that much worse.
It exasperated.
Yeah.
So I will say this. This is a thing a lot of people haven't noticed since because people think it was the Tyreek Hill leaving, and that's what the explosiveness and lack thereof. The major thing that's happened, because Matt Nagy is the offensive coordinator now.
Yeah.
People don't realize the lack of explosive plays since Eric Bieniemy left.
Right.
People don't realize that's been a major factor in the play call since he's left, and averaging under 30 points, only scored 30 points one time this entire season, and last year all the the plays drawn up and all the drops, and if it's so, if the old box flop for us the last 2 years.
Well, this is the thing, brother. I don't care how good you are. Eventually, the rest of the team gonna catch up with you, and that's what has happened to, especially when you play a team that just played you 24 months ago.
Right, and they added an all-time running back on top of that,
which makes things. But see, this is the thing. The Eagles know you guys are out here to stop the big gun.
Right.
So what we're going to do while you're playing close to the line, we're just going to hit high percentage passes and move the ball down the field because y'all can't move the ball. Which now you can't get a rhythm and you cold.
Right. Exactly.
See what I'm saying? You can't get a rhythm because we got the heat on you. Now, when we get the ball, we're going to go down the field and take up these long-ass drives.
Yeah.
And you never get a rhythm. So when you come out, you're desperate to come back, which means what? You're going to have to throw the ball, and we already got the package ready for you. So in essence, the Eagles just made them play their game.
Exactly.
That they wasn't ready to play. That shit was genius, man. If you really look at the whole totality of what they did.
Yeah.
We know you like to drop back and step right up. Did you notice how the interior lineman would stay back a couple of steps? And watch him step up and then go after him.
Yep. Because he wasn't able to get a runner and step up in the pocket and they was waiting on him.
Exactly. Because usually they just keep pushing, and by that time, your momentum is going one way, then he starts to come forward. You see what I'm saying? Right. It's hard for you to stop. But they will rush a certain place and then stop on their own.
Right.
And when you stepped up, the guy was sitting there waiting for you. I mean, I know a lot of people that watch football don't pay attention to stuff like that. But I was looking at, talking to my buddy on the phone. I said, watch this. I said, what they was doing, you can see the two outside interior guys pushing you in, almost like a bowl.
Right.
Like pushing you in. And the two other guys would just sit there. It was almost like they was trained.
Or to step up in the pocket.
Yeah, because he's going to be right here. It's almost like they trained it in rehearsal, like a dance.
Right.
So when he steps up, you should be right here. And that's why they never blitzed.
Exactly. They didn't need to.
And they couldn't adjust to it, bro. They couldn't.
Yeah.
The shit was genius, man. And look at all the passes that he was hitting. You ever notice when Jalen Hurts would hit a pass, the guy was wide open?
Wide open, yeah.
Because everybody was on the line trying to do what? Stop Saquon Barkley, which they did.
Stop Saquon Barkley. Yeah.
But if you two steps close this way, that means you're not going to be 2 steps close back, and you could hit for the high percentage passes. First down.
You was hitting them all night.
Hitting them all night.
Yeah.
High percentage passes. It wasn't rocket science.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna run it when I have to. Now you got to count for me too.
Right. Because he let the demon rush.
You got to count for me too. The shit was genius, man. I don't care how you look at it, man. It was genius, bro.
Yeah. So if there was a team I lose to, I love seeing Jalen Hurts get one. I love seeing Saquon get one. So
hey, man, the Eagles earned it, brother. They earned it. Kansas City, that was the first time I seen Andy Reid get out-coached.
Yeah.
Andy Reid usually do the out-coaching.
Yeah.
This time, Andy probably woke up yesterday and said, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. He got back to the drawing board.
Well, brother, I can't wait. I hope we might see it again next year.
Oh yeah, I think we'll be closer to that than any other option going to next year, because now the Chiefs gonna have a pilot under their ass. And I think Philadelphia, honestly, what I really feel is I think that the Eagles were pissed at all that three-peat talk, because it was like a foregone conclusion that Kansas City was gonna win, and I was like, I don't like that.
I think to the public that makes sense, but to a football player, they don't give a shit about it. I think the Eagles wanted to get them back from 24 months ago, because I know we better than y'all. Y'all beat us last time because of some heroics from one guy.
Right.
Heroics.
And we have to shut that guy down, yeah.
But this time, How good are you when you can't pull the trigger? That's any gun. A gun is not a weapon unless you can do what? Pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger.
Now I might can throw it at you.
Right. Can't even do that.
I'm just saying a gun. I might can throw it at you. That don't mean I'm gonna hit you. But a gun is not deadly unless you can pull the trigger.
No, yeah.
Stop the trigger, man.
You know,
I ain't say slow the trigger man up. Stop the trigger man, and you just got a piece of metal in your hand.
Yeah. And that's what it was. And it was. I never seen a defense play like that with that strategy, but it made perfect sense. It made perfect sense. I think other teams are gonna try to utilize that next year against a lot of scrambling quarterbacks.
Yeah, but that's Patrick Mahomes is a scrambling quarterback, but he's a pocket quarterback first. And not only that, he gets most of his yards when a defense is tired and he can beat them on the outside or step up in the middle when everybody's playing a zone back and pick up 20 yards.
Right.
If he doesn't do that, he's not a running quarterback.
Right.
He's a regular guy.
He's a regular pocket.
He's a regular guy. We don't have to leave a spot for you because we're going to get you this way. The linebackers can just stay where they're supposed to stay, in their zone. But did you notice if they get the wide view, the linebackers would only stay back for so long and then they would start coming forward.
Yeah.
But they got him every time. And that was just in case the interior lineman missed him.
But they wasn't missing.
That they wasn't missing. They never missed.
But missing.
Like I say, these guys, that was the perfect defense for the perfect guy. Your weapons are deadly. But they ain't nothing if you can't get the ball to them.
If you can't get the ball to them, when they get the ball to them, by the time they was able to factor in Xavier Worthy, the game was over.
Oh, yeah, they had the backups in by then. I think they made one big play.
Yeah.
Because that kid played his ass off. Because you remember one of them they called back.
Yeah. So, but things will be different next year, but that don't mean we getting back either. So.
Well, man, hey, it was a good run, bro. That don't mean it's over. They just got to go back to the drawing board.
Got to go back to the drawing board. Got to start over because a lot. I'm telling you, Mr. Stevie, if you look at the free agency list, a lot of players that was on the Chiefs this year that had an impact are gone.
Well, but see, this is the thing, though. Coaches like Andy Reid, he already done prepared for that. He's not like a lot of these other coaches where have you ever noticed when Kansas City lose stuff, the system will keep you still competitive.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Andy Reid got a system.
You're the first one to say that. You're the first one to tell me that. You told me that on your other podcast.
Okay.
You told me that on your other podcast. It was just like, but that was when we were firing on all cylinders, lost to the Patriots, I think it was.
Right.
And you were like, I never seen a kid like this, that, and the third. And then over the years you followed, you was like, hey, you're gonna keep the system together. Just follow the system. You were talking about the Steelers. You were like, it's a system in place. Follow the system. And then I started to realize once they changed Tyreek Hill, they put the money they used on Tyreek Hill, they put it in other places.
Right. Because you still got a guy that's going to press the ball down the field. He just don't have that Ferrari. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He don't have that Ferrari, but he got some good Camaros.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might not have that Ferrari, but a Camaro ain't too bad.
Yeah.
And it don't cost you $200,000, $300,000.
There you go. So it don't cost you as much. But one thing before I get off here, a lot of things people don't realize, the Chiefs were without their number one receiver all year.
Right.
Rasheed Rice towards ACL probably the 5th week of the season has been out.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
But like I said, they'll be back. And, Juju didn't play bad this year. Hopkins didn't play. I don't think they really fit in the long scape of things. But I'm going to tell you right now, Andy Reid does not leave no rocks unturned. None.
Right.
He already got some youngsters ready to go. Watch and see.
Right.
We don't know who they are. He's going to already have some youngsters ready to go. or he's going to get somebody in free agency. You know what I'm saying? They're very good. The Chiefs are just very good at that. They're just very good at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
By the way, he did it when he was with the Eagles.
Yes, remember that?
Quarterback when he was with the Eagles. But that was always a missing piece, and nothing against Darwin McNabb, but he's not Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? But he always had the pieces there, just couldn't get over the hump. And then you add this, dynamic kid to it, and you get 3 Super Bowls.
See, this is what he did, though. It's one thing you got to remember: every quarterback in that Donovan McNabb era and after that played under Andy Reid became a good quarterback. A lot of people don't remember that. A lot of people don't remember when Donovan McNabb went down. Kevin Cobb
came in.
Huh?
Kevin Cobb. I remember.
And if Kevin Cobb never got hurt, he played right here in Houston. Yeah. If Kevin Cobb had never got hurt, we might be talking about Kevin Cobb in another way right now. Think about that.
Right.
And you remember then when Kevin got hurt, he brought in there Jay Feely, and he looked great. And he got a contract with the Dolphins and got hurt. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then, lo and behold, who comes in? Michael Vick. And gets second in MVP.
Man, it was MVP caliber player.
You remember that?
And he went down with injury. It was just the injury bug kept fighting a lot of these
players. But look what all of Donovan McNabb, Feely, Kevin Cobb, look at all of them and how they played.
Right.
It was just the injury bug that got them all. But remember, Donovan had just came to the team, and Kevin got hurt, and Donovan McNabb took over.
Yep.
And Kevin Cobb was putting up big numbers.
Yep.
That's why they let Donovan McNabb go, because of Kevin Cobb.
Yep.
A lot of people don't remember this shit.
Yep.
But I do.
McNabb went on to the Redskins, and then Cobb got hurt. Vick came in, and it was over from there.
You remember that? And he got second in MVP and got comeback player of the year.
Yep.
And went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And played good in the playoffs. I can't remember who they lost to, but it was just a couple of mishaps in that game. I still remember that, man. I was like, why is it that every time Andy Reid get a quarterback, this sucker turns into something he's never been?
Hey, it was everything was just the perfect timing. He just knew what he was doing with certain quarterbacks. So, and the thing you mentioned with earlier with Washington and James Daniels with Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury was the one that recruited Patrick Mahomes to Texas Tech.
Exactly.
He was already ready for Andy Reid by the time he got to the league.
Andy Reid said, "Boy, I'm gonna really show you some shit."
Right.
Andy said, "Bro, oh man, this is a Ferrari. Right. I ain't never had one of them, but I had some nice Camaros and Mustangs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is good. Right. Like Donovan and them kind of guy. But a Ferrari? Ooh, wait till I get my hands on him. Remember, they moved up to get him.
Yeah, I know that. They moved up, traded with Buffalo. Buffalo been sick ever since.
Nah, I don't think Buffalo too sick now.
I mean, if somebody beat you in the playoff 4 times in a row, you're gonna be kind of sick.
Yeah, but I don't think Buffalo that can't. They was playing more than a fucking Patrick Mahomes. They was playing the Andy Reid system, and Andy Reid and fucking what's the defense coordinator? They just know how to beat people, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That quarterback theory. I don't believe in a quarterback theory unless he on a fucking quarterback team.
Yeah.
I don't, because hell, look at Josh Allen put up a zillion points, ain't beat nobody.
Yeah.
Look at fucking Jackson out there over in the Ravens, put up a zillion points, a zillion walls, ain't beat nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I'm just saying a quarterback can only do so much. You could have took any quarterback in the NFL other than fucking. Let me think. Russell Wilson. I'll put it like this: any quarterback that went to the playoffs, you could have put him on that Eagle team Sunday night, and they would have won that game.
Oh, you think so?
Any quarterback that played in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yeah, I agree with that.
Any quarterback that played in the playoffs, even the 2 rookies, Even the kid in Denver and the kid in Washington would have won that game.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you didn't ask them to do much.
They didn't ask them to do much. Make timely throws, protect the ball. You know what I mean? Our defense is putting up points. You know, we're going to get you a good field position. We got 3 and outs, 5 and outs, whatever the case may be.
Exactly. And like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from Jalen Daniels. What I'm saying is the narrative that they always come up with, like they were talking about on ESPN about, Patrick Mahomes didn't play a good game. I'm like, wait a motherfucker minute. We know he didn't play a good game. I don't give a fuck if Sonny Jurgensen was in that motherfucker. He wouldn't have played a good game either.
Right.
Because the heat was on your ass.
Right.
It's nothing you can do when the heat on your ass. Nothing. You don't believe me?
Nothing.
Go ask Tom Brady when he played the Giants back in 2007.
Yep.
Go ask Fran Tarkenton when he played the Steelers in 74. Go ask him.
Yep.
Go ask Peyton Manning in 2013 when he played through 55 touchdowns.
Leading the boom.
And when they pile drived his ass and DDT'd him like Jake the Snake Roberts. Go ask him.
On a bad neck and that.
Yeah, I'll make it worse.
Just came off with neck surgery.
I'm just saying. Go ask Steve Grogan.
Yeah.
No. Steve didn't start that game. That was with the Patriots in '85. That wasn't Steve Grogan. That was I can't think of his name now because he had a brother played in the league too. But go ask him. When a defense is that ferocious, brother, I don't care how good you are. If you can't pull the trigger, brother, you just like a fucking pop gun. You're nothing.
Yeah.
You're nothing.
It's deep water. Deep water. So, yeah, man, it was a rough night to be a Chiefs fan, but couldn't ask for much more, man. People get kind of beside themselves.
Wait a minute. Somebody just said Baker Mayfield wouldn't win. Bullshit.
Baker Mayfield would have won that game.
Bullshit. What?
He didn't play bad in the game they lost.
He didn't play bad in the game they lost, man. What are you talking about? Baker Mayfield. Tony Eason. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Tony Eason. Remember he had a brother named Bo Eason. I think he was the defensive back. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, brother, Tony Eason didn't know what he was doing. Fucking grab your ass by the shoulder pads and throw your ass. I mean, shit, man.
Oh, you laid you on the head?
Yeah, I ain't never been through no shit like this before. Shit, I'm scared to death. Shit. Oh, shit. I'm scared to death. You're going to kill me, man.
You just trying to get out at that point.
Brother, I can't wait till this motherfucker get over. Okay? If I can get back to the hotel and chill and watch 60 Minutes.
Right. You ain't gonna watch no tape of this game.
No, man, shit. I mean, no, not. They'll be back though. But I got to get out of here, dog. Good, you called in, man. All right, brother. Peace. But yeah, man. Damn, this might be my longest show, brother. But it is what it is, brother. But hey, man, I got to get ready to get out of here. And things are going to be changing up a little bit. But I'm glad you guys rolled along, man. I was talking so much, I ain't even getting a chance to look over here and see what y'all was playing. Who was that? Tom Brady's voodoo? No. You think so, huh? I think you're right, Marco. I ain't never did one this long, man, but it was great, man. I love talking to you guys, man. Love talking to you guys. And another thing, I'm not taping the show tonight. I'm not taping this one for the archives. So I might start doing more than that, man. But hey, man, once we get things figured out, I'm going to be able to bring all you guys. That's what I'm moving toward, man, is bringing you guys on the show from my laptop, though. That's what I'm working on right now. And then I'll just have a good time with everybody, brother. You come on, get into it with old Ray Dog, and man, we can go in and have a good time, dog. That's what I'm looking forward to, brother. And I'm working on it as we speak. But hey, man, appreciate everybody tagging along, man. And another great show. You guys' questions were great, man. And that's what I like about engaging in banter with the audience. Hey, for Sonny Ono, who's going to be doing his thing tomorrow, I'm Stevie Ray. And if you do nothing else, you always be one. Peace.